say hello. Welcome to yesterday's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe, Wiggle Worm. Sorry, we're being a wiggle worm today, apparently. Right, Wiggly Worm? Right, Wiggly Worm? So yes, I watched the episode on the ABC app since it's not on demand yet, but I am good on Monday's episode, so let's get right to it. If I can find my place. Here we go. So at the funeral, Sonny's all set to say something. He blames himself more than any of them could blame him. He takes his gun out for Morgan to be at peace. But then he puts his gun down. So cliffhanger much? And he says his life has been smothered by violence, and that smothered Morgan's life, and Morgan had so much he wanted to do, and he says he's responsible for Morgan's death, just like Misha's about to be responsible for the tripod falling over, because somebody wanted to be a wiggle worm. Yeah. So now she's literally standing in the tripod and going, like, literally, I can't make this stuff up. So anyway, and no one else is responsible for Morgan's death but him. And Jason's like, no, I'm like, Jason, say something, because you know this is bad. But you can't unring that bell. So Jordan asks if he's confessing. And then Jason gets up and is like, Sonny, do not do this. So then Sonny talks to Carly directly. And, that she had asked him to stop the cycle of violence. And he's sorry he broke that promise. And then he talks to Michael, saying he was right. Morgan always forgave, and don't beat himself up. That, Sonny's the one who was supposed to protect him. Misha, what are you doing? And Jordan can't believe what she's seeing, to be quite honest with you. And then Sonny unloads his gun and asks Dante to cuff him. So, I know, right? So Jordan won't arrest him today because, well, obviously, but she will bring him in for questioning, and Jason tells him not to do it. Sonny appreciates it, but he wants to make it right, and I was like, you are so not making it right now. Carly seems numb to what happened. Yes, I just smacked myself in the face. What are you gonna do? And Carly wants to cancel the reception. Bobby and Jax want to get her home, and none of this turned out like she thought it would. So Kiki just sits with her grief alone. She needs to. Bobby asks Michael what he thinks of now. And he's like, oh yeah, she really helps out. And that's not exactly what Bobby wants to hear. Carly's in disbelief. I figure that's the best way to put it. Jax thinks Sonny got a lifelong reality check. And Carly's worried about the kids, especially Avery, who would have to go back and live with Ava. And Jax thinks that Sonny did the right thing. Of course you do, Jax. So Nell asks Michael how he's doing. He's in disbelief too. Nell says Sonny said he was planning something, but she thought he was planning on leaving. She shows him the letter, and he thinks things are hard enough right now, just not to deal with that right this second. So then Dr. Maddox comes in. Carly asks him why he's here. He wants to honor Morgan and pay his respects, and she wants to talk to him. So she says she found out new information, that she wants to talk with him, and he's like, anytime you want to talk, I'm more than willing to. And Nell opens and reads the letter out in the lobby. So I was like, Nell, really? That doesn't have your name on it. At Windermere, Laura gets an update on Hayden from Finn, and Valentine sneaks up behind her. He didn't have a key yet, so he was waiting for someone to come and open the door. Valentine offers that she can stay there, because they're family, and she's livid, and he mentions his daughter, and he plans for her to move in with him. And then Kevin's at the door. He comes in. He's a little out of the loop as to why Valentine's here, and Valentine leaves. So Laura loops him in, and Kevin tells her to just send for her things and just leave, and they can brainstorm on the mainland. He then offers that she can stay with him, and she appreciates it, but is going to stick with her arrangements of staying with Lulu and Dante. She thinks living together could be detrimental, especially since they're just starting something. And he doesn't see it that way, but he respects that. So then Lulu comes in, and Kevin leaves. So it's just her and Laura. And she tells Lulu that Valentine does have a claim to the property, everything Mikos did. And Spencer loses everything, and Valentine gets it. So Lulu welcomes her to their home, and Lulu tells her Sonny confessed to Morgan's death being his fault, and he's in custody now. So, Laura packs a little. Lulu, I couldn't figure out. She packs a little, and she'll send for the rest of it. She doesn't want to come back to Windermere again. And she's haunted by Valentine when he said that they're always going to be connected by family. And even though that's technically true, she just feels like it was meant in a way that's more ominous. At Crimson, Nina has a box of stuff and is talking to Nathan on the phone. He's worried about her. Sorry, my forehead. It's just, I don't like it. Nina is with Charlotte, and she gets to watch her. So they played paper dolls, and I didn't even think kids knew what paper dolls were these days. Not that I'm some, this elder when it comes to young girls play toys, but I barely played with paper dolls, so I just didn't think it had reached past my generation. So Valentine comes in and he plays with Charlotte, and I was like, okay, that's kind of adorable, but I'm not okay with it, but it's kind of adorable. So then Griffin and Anna come in, and they're deeply concerned, needless to say, and they're taking Charlotte home, and then Griffin gets a page from the hospital. The DNA results are in. So it is confirmed Valentine is Charlotte's father, and he's going to go take Charlotte, and Anna steps in because Anna's a boss. At what might be Perks, but maybe outside Kelly's. I'm not quite sure where this location is, but it's a table where you can have non-alcoholic drinks. That's basically all I got, and it's outside, and it's kind of stony. So Ava and Scott are meeting. She's thinking of going to Morgan's funeral, but she thinks her secret's going to be revealed very soon. There's a little too much ice in Scott's drink. Like, I don't care if it's iced whatever. Like, literally the ice is solid, and that's just too much. Especially, like, if you paid for a full glass of, like, iced tea, because it looked like iced tea. Like, I'd be so angry. That's, like, pure ice. There's hardly any tea in there. But anyway, if you watch this episode, tell me what you think of the ice to liquid ratio in Scott's drink. It's really bothering me. It's been 24 hours, and it's really bothering me. So Ava tells Scott about Lucy and her conclusions, and Scott thinks that she needs to lay low, and that won't work for Ava. She needs to get those pills from Lucy. No, he does. So what's in it for him? She says anything. So he calls Lucy, asks her out, and is like, well, I'll go by your place, and I'll bring all this stuff. So then he tells Ava that he'll have the pills by the end of the evening, and he likes being owed a favor. At the PCPD, Sonny doesn't want his lawyer present. Jordan wants to talk to Donnie! What? Dante! Sorry. I've watched like 50 Blue Bloods commercials in the past like 12 hours, so I think that's where that came from. So Jordan wants to talk to Dante, hard consonants, before Sonny makes a statement. She gives Dante the option to sit this one out, not as an attack on his integrity, but to protect him from having to hear the details of this case. Jason bribes the guy at the back door, and he comes in to the interrogation room and tells Sonny he's making a big mistake. So Jason called Diane. She's on her way. Sonny wants to plead guilty. Jason tells him not to. He says he's working on confirming something. He found the broker, and he found out exactly what happened the night Morgan died. And now end scene. Now, some of these things I already mentioned did technically happen in the end scene, but because I was watching on the app, I couldn't really tell with the time left if it was going to be the end scene. And the worst thing you could do is put end scene stuff in an end scene segment that it's not the end scene. So it's very technical work we're doing over here. Anyway, so Ava in disguise goes to the funeral and pays her respects to Morgan. Dylan and Kiki sit together at the same place Scott and Ava were. Kiki can't figure out how things got so bad so fast. Like Carly lost her husband and her son now. The kids are losing their father, and Dylan has hope for the future, but more because he wants to have hope for the future, not because he actually has hope for the future, which is, I think, something a lot of us are feeling. She thanks him for letting them be friends and for being with her, and she's really warmed up to him again. So I'm thinking by the end of the year, we will have them together as a couple, if not at the beginning of the year. I think the holidays are going to work their holiday magic for them. Nell closes the letter back up and reseals it using what I believe is the holy water. But you can correct me if I'm wrong with that one. But I'm pretty sure she used the holy water to reseal the envelope, which I'm just realizing as I said, like, I don't know. I'm not a religious person, but I just feel like you don't do that. Michael offers Nell a ride. She wants to go to the Metro Court and take the flowers that would have been there for the reception, which is now canceled, and bring them back to the house for Carly. Carly's having a hard time starting this new chapter of her life, and Jax is there for her. And I kind of really love that Jax is there for her. I didn't see it coming. It totally took me by surprise, but I like it. Dante feels he owes it to Morgan to bear witness to what Sonny did. And I was like, okay, that's like, Dante has like all the integrity in the world. He's too good for this world. Which I didn't think I'd be saying this time last year, but I am, I guess. Jason says how Sonny thinks what happened isn't what happened. And he really needs to elaborate on that because bad things are about to happen. Like, for realsies. Alright, that is it for today's General Hospital recap. Yesterday's General Hospital recap. I will see you later tonight, if not tomorrow morning. Someone might be going to see Doctor Strange again, this time in 3D and like in an IMAX experience. But, you know, I won't mention any names. So it might be a little later. If not tomorrow morning, I'll see how I do. But I will see you then for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!